Welcome to this lying down yoga sequence for the mindfulness-based stress reduction program. As with the body scan, this yoga movement practice is an opportunity to connect deeply with the body while in movement. This sequence is best done at a time and place where you won't be disturbed. Choose a place that is warm and comfortable, and wear clothing that allows easy movement. Doing this practice on a regular basis is a firm commitment to self-care. While doing the different postures, it is very important that you listen to the needs of your own body. If particular movements are not right for you to do just now, adapt or modify the poses. Or if you like, you can visualize yourself doing the pose in your mind, sensing into the body. If you do this, you may be surprised at how powerful this can be, and how it can offer you another way of listening to the body and the messages being offered to you. Like with the body scan, when doing this practice, we are paying attention to the body as it is right now, exploring limits and at the same time respecting limits, not pushing or striving in any way, but working with the body in a gentle, open way and exploring the range of movement that is right for you today. And as you are present to the body in movement, also bring awareness to thoughts and emotions as they arise. Perhaps being aware of the judging mind, the comparing mind, the wanting mind, and the not wanting mind. The invitation is to follow along with this guidance with an open curiosity, while at the same time meeting the needs of what is here for you right now. Beginning now by lying down on the mat, with your arms down by your sides and the palms of your hands facing up towards the ceiling if this is comfortable for you. Having the legs outstretched, allowing the feet to gently fall away from each other, and making any adjustments that feel right for you just now. Bringing awareness to the right side of the body, to the left side of the body, the back of the body, the front, and the sides. The full length of the body from the top of the head right down to the soles of the feet. This pose is called the corpse pose. So taking a little time now to explore this posture. Perhaps feeling into the weight of the body. Letting go of the body into the floor, aware of the solid base beneath you, feeling held. And now taking a little time to scan through the body, bringing awareness to sensations in the different areas of the body. Sensations in the feet and the legs. The lower back. The abdomen. The upper back and shoulders. Chest area, the head and face, the arms and hands, the body as a whole. And now bringing attention to the breath. Allowing awareness rest on the air coming into the body and leaving the body. Where is this most vivid for you right now? This may be at the nostrils, maybe at the chest area, awareness of the rising and falling at this part of the body with each cycle of breathing. Maybe at the abdomen, sensations of movement here. Staying with the sensations of breathing for a few more cycles. And just seeing if you can allow the muscles and bones to release a little on the out-breath. Perhaps falling a little more into the safety of the floor beneath you. And now on an in-breath, lifting the arms up over the head, right up behind you, and lengthening the arms and fingers in one direction. And at the same time, stretching out the legs, the feet and the toes in the other direction. Lengthening the whole body. Feeling this stretch and feeling into this stretch. And on an out breath now, bringing the arms back up through the air very slowly, with awareness of the movement and the sensations, and allowing the arms to come back down by your sides. And now sensing the whole body after this short little stretch. And now repeating this once again, bringing the arms up from the floor, up through the air, up behind you, stretching out the arms, the hands, the fingers, and at the same time stretching out the legs, the feet and the toes in the opposite direction. Breathing with this, feeling into the stretch, full awareness, full presence. And on an out breath, bringing the arms back up through the air, down by your sides once again, slowly and mindfully, and feeling the contact of the arms with the floor, and allowing the legs and the feet to relax, and coming back into the corpse pose, sensing the whole body. And now bringing the soles of the feet to the floor, with the knees pointing up towards the ceiling. Arms by your sides. Moving your attention now to the back of the waist area. You may be aware of a natural little space here between the waist and the floor. Begin now by bringing the back area towards the floor to meet the mat. You may notice that this small action moves the tailbone up towards the ceiling a little, and you may be even feeling this in the belly. Now releasing the back, creating the natural space again between the back of the waist and the floor. Perhaps feeling the tailbone now going towards the floor. And repeating this pressing and releasing movement at your own pace. So bringing the back of the waist area down to the floor as the tailbone lifts a little, and then releasing this as the tailbone comes back towards the floor. And as you do this, exploring the breath, breathing out as you press the back towards the floor, and inhaling, breathing in as the belly expands upwards. Continuing this movement at your own pace. Being aware of other parts of the body and noticing if you're holding tightness or tension in other areas, and if you are, just seeing if you can release this, breathing freely and fully. And now coming to stillness. And now drawing the knees up towards the chest and gently clasping the hands around the lower legs. And beginning with rocking side to side and moving in whatever way feels right for you. Perhaps being aware of the sensations of this movement, the lower back at the base of the spine. Now moving forward and back, bringing the knees towards the chest and then away from the body. Again, allowing it to be a gentle movement at whatever pace feels right for you. And now moving the knees in circles. These can be small circles or large circles. Again, just working with what feels right for you. And now, if you like, you can come back to stillness and lift the head towards the knees. But being very careful of the back of the neck. And if you like, you can bring a hand to the back of the neck to offer support. And now releasing the head, bringing the head back down to the floor, stretching the legs out and coming back to the corpse pose. And now bending the right leg and drawing it towards the chest. And with both hands around the lower leg, moving the knee in circles in one direction. Again, these circles can be small, or you can increase the size, working with what feels right. And at the same time, the left leg is outstretched on the floor. Changing direction, moving side to side. As you do this, you maybe can get a sense of the thigh bone sitting in the right hip joint. Moving back and forth, exploring the different sensations. This may be a big movement or a small movement. Staying fully present. Aware of how capable the body is in this movement. And also aware of thoughts and emotions that may be arising. And if you choose, you can come back to stillness now. And if you like, you can raise the forehead towards the knee. Once again, being very sensitive to the back of the neck. And now slowly lowering the head back to the ground if it's raised. Stretching out the right leg along the floor beside the left leg. And just bringing attention now, noticing the right and the left sides of the body and how they feel after this movement. And now bending the left knee towards the chest. And holding the left lower leg with your hands. Keeping the right leg outstretched on the floor. and drawing the knee in towards the chest and moving the knee in circles in one direction to whatever size feels right for you just now. Changing to the other direction, moving side to side, back and forth. Perhaps exploring the movement in the hip joint. Fully present, fully awake and aware. And now coming to stillness, and if this feels right for you, raising the head off the ground and bringing the forehead towards the knee. Being sensitive once again to the back of the neck. And just holding this, and then very slowly allowing the head come back down to the floor if it's raised, and outstretching the left leg, allowing it to lie alongside the right leg, coming back into the corpse position. And now we're going to move into what we call the tabletop position. So moving now onto all fours. And as you transition, staying present and aware to how the body moves to get into this position. It starts with the intention to move. And then mindful of the variety of movements that take place to arrive in the tabletop position. With hands under the shoulders and knees under the hips. And now with a flat back, just noticing if you're feeling any pressure at the wrists, and if you are, you can decide to either make fists of your hands and have them on the floor, or you can turn the inside of the elbows, the eyes of the elbows, just turn it out slightly. And also now spreading the fingers and thumbs wide, so you're creating a firm balance base. This pose is called the cat and cow, and it is exploring the movement of the spine. And now with the next out breath, curving the spine up towards the ceiling, feeling the belly area move up towards the ceiling, the muscles in this area responding to the movement. Allow the tailbone and the head to fall towards the floor. And when you reach the end of the out breath, allowing the in-breath to signal the beginning of the movement in the other direction. So now the back is curving down towards the floor, the head and tailbone turning upwards. Allowing the breath to guide the movement in your own time. So continuing this now with the spine moving up towards the ceiling, the head and the tailbone towards the floor. On an in-breath, dropping the spine towards the floor, the head and the tailbone coming up. So exploring this movement, really feeling into it and holding that steady position of the hands under the shoulders, the knees under the hips. And now coming to stillness, continuing to hold the tabletop position. And we're going to now do a balancing pose. So before we begin, ensuring once again that the hands are under the shoulders, that the fingers are spread out, that the knees are under the hips. And what we're going to do now is extend out the right leg and lifting it as high as is right for you just now. And also, if you feel that this is a challenging pose for you, you can decide to keep your toes on the floor. So the leg can be outstretched with the toes on the floor, but if it feels comfortable for you, lifting the leg to whatever height is right, holding this and allowing the muscles in the thigh and the buttocks to support you in this. And now lifting the left arm out, parallel to the floor, stretching, feeling this balancing movement. Perhaps being aware of the effort you're extending to hold this movement. And also taking care. Just staying in the pose as is long enough for you. And now bringing the right leg down and the left arm, and coming back to the table position. And just to release the spine now, we're going to do a few cycles of the cat and cow. So just lifting the spine up towards the ceiling again with the head and tailbone towards the floor and reversing that. So giving a nice stretch to the spine. And coming back now to the tabletop position. Once again. And now stretching out this time the left leg. And once again keeping the toes on the floor if that's comfortable for you, or raising the leg to whatever height is right. And now stretching out, extending out the right arm. Feeling the strength and the effort it takes to balance. And remembering that balancing is not rigid. There's movement in balancing. So allowing this to be included. Breathing, holding, and coming out of this pose whenever feels right for you. And if you haven't already come out of it, now lowering the left leg and the right arm, and coming back to the tabletop position. And once again, doing a few cycles of the cat and cow. So on the out breath, bringing the spine towards the ceiling, tailbone and head towards the floor, and reversing on the in breath. And coming back to tabletop position. And we're going to move now into the child's pose. So just bringing the hips back down towards the feet, stretching out the back, allowing the arms to be stretched out in front, or if you like, you can bring the arms down by your sides, and allowing the forehead to come down to the floor. Just holding this pose, being aware of your breathing, this child's resting pose. And now once again, moving onto your back. Being present, noticing the body now. Lying in the corpse pose. Aware of how the body is feeling. And now placing the feet flat on the floor. And we're going to do now another pose, a pose that's called the bridge pose. So pressing the feet firmly into the ground. And with the feet taking the weight, lifting the hips and the lower torso off the floor and raising the belly towards the ceiling. The body is resting on the shoulders and the upper back and the back of the head, along with the soles of the feet. And raising up to whatever height feels right for you just now. Allowing the neck and face to be at ease. And feeling the breath moving as freely as possible. holding this pose as long as it feels right. And now lowering the torso back down towards the floor, slowly, one vertebrae at a time, until the full length of the spine is resting on the floor. And we're going to repeat this movement. So once again, feeling the feet firmly on the ground, lifting the spine and the lower torso off the ground, feeling the pressure in the upper back, the shoulders, the back of the neck, the body being held, arms by your sides. And if you like now, you can raise the arms up, bringing the arms up through the air, back behind you, and stretching out. So feeling that stretch right into the body, holding for as long as is right for you. And now beginning to bring the body back down towards the floor, slowly and one vertebrae at a time. And at the same time, bringing the arms through the air, all the way down, right down by your sides. And now with the knees still facing up towards the ceiling, we're going to now do a spinal twist. You may like to bring the feet a little closer together and bringing the hands clasped behind the head, allowing the head to rest in the hands. And on an out breath, lowering the knees towards the right, allowing the soles of the feet to come off the floor and breathing into the twist. Present to the different sensations in the right and the left sides of the body, at the belly, the back, the head. If you would like to increase the twist, turn the head to the left, looking out over the elbow and breathing into this stretch. And now bringing the head back to center and bringing the knees back up. And this time allowing the knees to fall out to the left side. Allowing the soles of the feet to come off the ground, feeling the twist in the body. And if you would like to increase the twist, turning the head towards the right and looking over the right elbow. Breathing and holding, feeling into the body. And now bringing the knees back up to center, facing up towards the ceiling, and the head back to center. And now moving into another posture, and this time keeping the left foot flat on the floor and the right leg stretched out on the floor. And on an in-breath, raising the right leg up in the air to whatever height feels right for you. Remembering to respect your limits. There's no competition here. And now begin to circle the right foot, feeling into the sensations of the foot, the ankle, the lower leg, and changing direction. Aware of sensations, awareness of breath. And now pointing and flexing the foot, feeling into this. Coming to stillness now. And reaching up with both hands to hold the leg wherever is comfortable for you. This may be behind the thigh, maybe the lower leg, whatever is possible without forcing in any way. And if it feels right for you, lifting the head and neck off the floor towards the right knee. Once again, remembering to be sensitive to the neck. And now releasing the head, lowering towards the floor, and very slowly bringing the arms by your sides. Still holding the leg up. And now beginning to allow the right leg to come down towards the floor. Very, very slowly. Being really present to all the sensations. And aware of how the leg feels as it makes contact with the floor. Maybe being aware of the releasing. The floor holding the right leg. And now stretching out the left leg alongside the right. And bending the right leg, bringing the right foot, the sole of the right foot onto the floor. And now lifting the left leg off the floor to whatever height feels right for you. Feeling the sensations as you do this. Now raising the hands up and holding the left leg wherever is comfortable. This may be at the thigh, the back of the thigh, or the calf muscle. And begin to circle now the left foot. Circling in one direction. Changing to the other direction. Pointing and flexing. And now coming to stillness, and as you hold the left leg, raising the head off the ground towards the left knee, if this is comfortable for you. Being sensitive again to the neck area. And now releasing the head back down, lowering the head towards the floor, bringing the arms down by your sides, and very slowly allowing the left leg to start its journey back towards the floor. Feeling into the sensations in the left leg as you lower it towards the floor, and awareness of contact as the leg meets the floor. And now bringing the right leg outstretched on the floor and bringing the body back into the corpse position. Being aware of how the body is feeling just now. And now turning the body onto the left side. So once again being present to the movements involved in this. Supporting the head with the left hand or on an outstretched left arm. And placing the right hand just in front of the belly and the chest area, wherever feels comfortable for you, using this as a support for this movement. And now slowly raising the right leg to whatever height feels good for you just now. Sensing into the muscles that are supporting this movement. Being aware of the effort it takes to hold this movement. Beginning now to circle the foot in one direction. And then the other direction. Feeling this movement, the sensations of this movement. And now coming to stillness and slowly lowering the right leg, aware of the sensations of movement, and also the sensations of contact as the right leg meets the left leg. And now gently moving onto your right side, allowing the head to rest on the right hand or the right outstretched arm, whatever feels comfortable. Placing the left hand in front of the belly or chest area on the floor, allowing firm contact with the hand and the floor. Now raising the left leg to whatever height feels comfortable, being aware of the sensations, the strength that this takes. And now circling the left foot in one direction, then the other direction. Coming to stillness, and very slowly allowing the left leg come back down, feeling the movement of lowering the leg and the sensations of meeting the right leg and foot, the contact. And now moving once again, and this time coming to lie on the front of the body, on the belly. Arms resting beside the body, and the head resting on one cheek or the other. Or if you like, placing the hands under the forehead. So finding a position that feels comfortable for you. And now experiencing the body in this position and breathing. Perhaps feeling the belly make contact with the floor with each in-breath, and then the release of this on each out-breath. And now bringing the feet together and gently firming the muscles in the legs and the buttocks, and allowing this to help create stability and strength for the lower back. And now on an in-breath, raising the right leg up to whatever height feels right for you, right for your body just now. Allowing the back muscles and buttocks and thigh muscles to help with the movement. Exploring your limits. Awareness of the breath. And now when you are ready, gently lowering the leg. And now moving to the other side. So if you like, if you're lying on one cheek, you can move the head to lie on the other cheek, or you can continue to rest your forehead on the hands. And now raising the left leg to whatever height is right for you. Once again, making sure that the muscles are firmed in this part of the body, in the thighs, the buttocks. Keeping the hips on the floor. Holding, feeling into this. Respecting your own limits. And now lowering the leg. Slowly, and feeling the contact with the floor, fully releasing the body into the floor. Now placing the forehead directly on the mat and bringing the palms of the hands beside the shoulders. So feeling the contact of the palms of the hands with the floor, elbows bent with the lower arms on the floor close to the sides, and bringing the feet together. Gently firming the muscles at the lower back. And now inhale and lifting the forehead, the chin, the upper chest area and shoulders off the ground to whatever height is right. It's maybe a very small movement, but just lifting, gently pressing the hands into the floor, allowing this to be a support for you. It may even help you to lift a little more. Breathing, holding, and bringing the chest and shoulders down again, the chin and the forehead. Releasing now and bringing the head into a comfortable position and completely letting go of the body, resting and breathing. And now turning over onto the back, taking your time and drawing the knees into the chest, giving yourself a little hug after all this movement. Moving, if you like, the knees from side to side. And stretching out again. And coming back into the corpse pose. And just being aware of how the body is feeling now after this lying down yoga movement. Bringing your awareness to the sensations that are present, to the body lying here, awake and aware. And just staying with this now until you hear the sound of the bells.